Hey guys, how's it going? Quick update. We got DeepSeek V4 Flash just released. Yeah, without kind of much announcement. As you can see here, we have the V4 Flash posting at 50 points on artificial analysis. That is a whole 10 points higher than we had uh, for the preview version. So it looks like models are just jumping 10 points every release now, where we had Minimax M3 do that, we had GLM do that. Kimi K3 obviously jumped to 57. So models are really kind of improving by 10 points, it looks like. And again, this is a Flash version, 300 billion parameters. Um, it does fit on local hardware, so I'm going to be covering it. Kimi K3, I thought about covering it, but I tried running it and it was pretty painful. I might cover it later if I get it to work, but yeah, it's kind of painful right now. Okay, so let's just drop into the quick hugging phase, just showing you guys the benchmarks here again. These are official from DeepSeek. As you can see at the top here, Opus 4.8, that's what they're basically trying to compete with, as well as GLM 5.2, which is our massive models. They're not, the Opus 4.8 is not runnable, and it's closed source. GLM 5.2 is runnable, quantized, and the DeepSeek V4 Flash comes quantized natively. They are suggesting top P at temperature of 1 for max reasoning. There's different reasoning efforts, low, high, and max. All of today's tests will be run on high reasoning and not max reasoning because it is really slow right now for me. This is like first release is always slow. So I got it running currently at 16 tokens per second. It is a GGUF full quality. It is getting converted through MXFP4 software to metal kernels on the Mac. And so that's why it's pretty slow. All right, let's just go ahead and jump right into the tests because, yeah. Oh, also, in this video, I'm also going to cover Qwen3.8, the preview, just because it's going to be coming out shortly, hopefully. And I've been noticing a lot of inconsistency with the preview as it improves and changes from one set to the other. At least we have some sort of, tracking of some of the examples where it was good, it was bad, it was mid, and yeah, let's just jump right in. So as you can see, I requested for a Pelican riding a bike, and it thought for about 13 or 10 minutes. Total output is 13 minutes at about 16 tokens per second. So, do with that as you will. You probably are going to get much faster than this. This is the slowest pretty much it's going to get. And the first output on our benchmaxed Pelican riding a bike is definitely good, I would say. It looks like everything is there. We have, it on sitting on the seat there, which that's important. Handlebars. We got feet on the pedals, and we're not missing any spokes or anything. So it looks pretty good to me. Now, just gonna keep this video pretty short. We're just gonna jump right into the next one. And the next one we had it generate preview this. Note that my first attempt at this did give us an error. So, do that as you will. The error was it loaded, but the terrain didn't load. So it thought, and the first task it actually thought for about an hour. So the main prompt is to make a simulator in a single HTML with mountains, clouds, and less procedural terrain, and make it beautiful, make it relaxing as well. Now it thought for 38 minutes, the output is 53 minutes. So it's actually 53 minutes plus one fix, which was 31 minutes. So after an hour and 31 minutes, this is what we got. Now the controls are a bit inverted, so it is not the easiest thing to fly. What else? Mouse controls works. Shift X is to brake, so that works. So that kind of all works. The terrain is a bit weird with very large mountains there, but I mean it's not bad. I'm not gonna say this is like super bad. I did see worse from larger models. Is it better than GLM 5.2? No, this is not better than GLM 5.2. But we do have this view as well, which is kind of interesting. So make with that as you will. It did fix it and it did generate. And hopefully if I put in some min-p, it shouldn't make those errors. Again, this is the error. It was probably because I didn't put min-p and stuff. And I'm just making it without any kind of inference settings. I would say this is fairly pretty to look at, and it is fairly relaxing. So I'm going to say this is a pass. And there are sounds here. I'm not sure if you can hear that or not. Either way, there are sounds there. The next test is actually just an SVG of a panda having a picnic, and this is what we get. Note that you can see there's a checkerboarded, picnic cloth there, although it's not rendered fully properly. You can see that there are some issues here with the flower. Otherwise, it's not bad. There's bamboo in its hand with the leaves not attached to anything. I wouldn't say it's like not bad. It's like mid, honestly. For this kind of size of a model, though, it's actually fairly okay. Remember, it's less than 300 billion parameters with not as many active. So I would say it was an okay generation, not the best. If this model was a bit faster, I would definitely give it more prompts. Right now, it is kind of slow, so we're just going to wait for those kernels to get updated. And my final test here is going to be create interactive ancient Athens Acropolis. Now, this is a prompt I found on Arena channel, so go ahead and check those out. They have really nice prompts there. They're showing very complex 3D scenes, and yeah, this is pretty good. I'm waiting on it. It's gonna take me like another hour probably. Again, it's a very long generation. This is high reasoning, not max reasoning. So just keep that in mind as well, that it is high, not max. And I'm just going to go ahead, pause, and show you guys one more thing. All right, so the other news is Qwen3.8 Max is also going to be dropping onto local hardware soon-ish. So I went ahead and I'm actually going to be testing the preview here. Just so you know, it is improving every day, and I have a log of all of the, preview days. And if you watched before this, or somebody was testing before this, it's actually improved quite substantially in terms of the outputs. So I would suggest go ahead and look at, testing it again if you can, while it's free and basically an infinite generation for now. So my first prompt is obviously the Pelican, and we're comparing this basically to Fable and Kimi K3. This is the Pelican that it generated. So as you can see, it is animated. There's like a fish in its mouth, and we have we're actually missing one of the legs here, and some of it is not fully connected. It looks like the wings of the bird there are a bit backwards, but otherwise I would say this is fairly beautiful SVG generation, and this is definitely going to be comparable to like a Fable. There's also like a tiny crab that's moving here, so definitely very good generation. Now this other one is going to be something similar, but it's more of like a 3D environment. So this is the generation from Qwen. And again, this is a prompt I got from the YouTube channel. We got number of balloons, we got wind direction, we have time of day, nighttime. And I would say this is very comparable to Kimi K3 and Fable. Maybe a slightly worse. There are birds flying around if you notice. It's hard to find them, but yeah, there are birds flying around. There's also the voxel versions, so I'm just going to go ahead and start showing you guys voxel Pelican here, and this was, might have, right. And so it's basically an interesting 3D game. The birds are kind of flying there in not very good. But again, you get the point that this model is up there. It's 2.4 trillion parameters apparently. And which one is this? Oh yeah, this was the pyramids. And there's flood. We could do, oh, I forgot the labor density. So there is an issue with this. Labor density crashes it. But yeah, there's some errors. You can see like this is higher here versus it should have been the other way around. The hour does change, so that's very interesting as well. Wind speed, how much haze there is. Again, flood level, and this is the process to make the pyramids. So we have a whole time lapse here of it basically being built. So that is very good, I would say, very good. Now I've just been running the same prompt pretty much like daily, trying to see what changes from day to day. And as you can see, I don't know what happened with the recent ones, but they're getting errors where the prompt doesn't complete. And so the recent versions of the Qwen are actually worse. As you can see, like in this case, the water is increasing here, if you saw, versus the Onslaught. Daniel posted this prompt, and it's going the other way for whatever reason, right? So the image itself looks very nice, but the water is increasing rather than decreasing. And yeah, that's a problem. We shouldn't have increasing water in this place. So, you know, I don't know. It seems like recently this has kind of degraded. And again, another version of this, the water now just drips. And you can see it spreading, but it's really hard to, it's not really like gushing or anything. There is sound. It looks beautiful. Like the thing is, it looks beautiful. What else we have? Oh yeah, this was just an ask. Oh yeah, this is the capybara drinking test. So we're gonna, so as you can see, like this is what it looked like before. So this is the capybara in the first versions of the Qwen model. And then I asked it again. So here's the later versions of the preview. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of improving daily. And then this is the third time that I asked it another day. And this is what we get. So as you can see, it is improving quite a bit over time. So if you benchmarked it like 5 days ago or something, then it's definitely better than that. And I would urge you to go ahead and test Qwen3.8 preview while it's still free. All right, let's go and check back on our DeepSeek V4, see if it's done rendering or not. Oh, before that, just one more showcase of Qwen3.8 Max Preview, and this is, again, recently, basically a jet in a small voxel world flying around and shooting a balloon. And for some reason, this is kind of satisfying. As you can see, the jet is really good. The jet itself is very good. You do auto fire as well. And I would say like Qwen3.8 has been very good at like just making these kind of tiny worlds for me. Right, so back to the DeepSeek V4. The really difficult test basically. Can it compete with Helium 5.2 and the other models that are much larger on a very difficult 3D rendering? Again, sorry, it's like dark outside now, and it took me so long just to get these outputs, like you have no idea. Like hours. And you can see here it's still outputting into the file here. And the reason is because I actually ran it fully in this other message. I'm so scared. As you can see, it doesn't load. And I was running the parameters that they requested. Temperature of 1, TAPI of 0.95, and for the life of me, I couldn't get the errors fixed. Like this model, I've been at it. Like you can see, it's so many times I've been at it to fix the errors that it created, and there's no way. There's literally no way. So I got it to just start from scratch. As you can see, just the same prompt, start from scratch. It thought for an hour. Like that's an hour of thinking on high reasoning, not max. But I do want to show you guys some of the chain of thought because, and I also will show you the inference settings I'm using now. Oh man, that I should have probably not done that. That's a lot of tokens that I have to expand. Oh no. Are we even still on? No, 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 no. Okay, okay, it's expanded. I'm so scared right now. So I want to just let you see some of the chain of thought, and it is doing pretty well because it is explicitly stating like the terrain, the dimensions, what it's going to be doing, and then it is coding out some of the artifacts here. So it starts to get all the texture code out, the terrain in small chunks, which is good because if we look at the temperature 1, it will get to like line 4 and then it'll do dot dot dot, but actually, or wait, and then I think it was like it's not stable at those settings. So I don't know if it's just this is Onslaught, like full Q8 XL. And this was driving me nuts. So I'm currently using the inference settings. Let me just grab it. Temp of 0.1, top P of 0.95, top K of 0, and min P of 0.1, repeat penalty of 1. So the min P is very high, basically, and the temperature is very low. And it doesn't look like the model is looping or anything, so that should be fine. All right, so it output. If it doesn't work, I will show you the corrected version that Qwen corrected for me. But yeah, okay, let's see this. All right, let's see if it gets any errors. But 1100 lines. I think it's gonna get errors. There's no way. And it looks like it's loading. No. Yeah, there's no way. Sorry guys. So DeepSeek V4 Flash, the new upgraded version, it can't do it. Like it just, I don't know, it's not working. It just can't do this. Now I will show you the I got you this far, right? So I will show you the Acropolis, the one that Qwen went and fixed all the bugs. So this is what it would have looked like if DeepSeek wasn't completely going nuts and making everything incorrectly. So this is what it should look like. No adaptive. It's not bad. Again, the issue was that the issue is that it was making errors, and you could see all the errors that it had here. So all those errors, and the thing is, I actually gave these errors to DeepSeek as well to try and fix, and it wasn't able to implement that. So I don't know, like it's probably some sort of chat template issue or something, but potentially it could get better. But if currently, like, I don't see being like with GLM 5.2, like for the basic stuff, yes, but for like complex implementations, it's still like it's still not there. Like it would have done really well. Like this would have been like an amazing output if it would actually output. And you know what? Maybe I'm just not using it in a open code or something. So that could be it. I'm just giving it basically like a chat, and it has to output like that. I don't know. I'm tired. And I'm tired. So there you go. It's a great model. Maybe if you use it in an agentic framework where it can fix its stuff. But based on what I saw, it was really struggling to fix. So maybe there's going to be some sort of update that fixes it. So yeah. Good luck, guys.